Do you see a lot of succulents growing in your neighborhood? Or had you come across those cacti and succulents growing in the wild, relying on Mother Nature for survival? Then you are probably in a place ideal for growing these plants. A place where the weather is perfect for growing succulents. Many people say that succulents are so easy to grow, but that is not applicable globally. In California, for example, growing succulents is a piece of cake. With its mild Mediterranean climate, these plants can thrive outdoors year-round. Some succulents growing in California do not need much upkeep and can even thrive in neglect. That is true for succulent plants like opuntias and crassulas. They can even become more colorful when deprived of water for longer. That is a perfect example of resilience. Because when succulents are in their ideal environment, they can grow more sprouts when trimmed even though it's not yet spring. And cuttings would grow roots even without soil. For chunky succulents, a leaf would drop and the cute babies would grow without much effort. But in some parts of the world, growing succulents is challenging. In the Philippines, especially in the lowland, where it gets too warm and humid, succulents do not do well. Constant exposure to this environment slowly cooks these plants. So if you lived in warm and humid place and failed to grow succulents, do not blame yourself for your failure. It wasn't your fault. Your location may not be ideal for them. Because a combination of heat and humidity results in the destruction of the plant's storage cells. Don't get me wrong, many beautiful succulents are grown in the Philippines, but they are primarily in cooler, mountainous areas like Benguet. When they are transported and grown in less ideal microclimate, most slowly die. But once they survive and adapt to their new location, they become tougher and more resilient. But if you live in places like California and you fail to grow succulents, there may be something you're not doing right. So, to help you out, here's some important things you need to know about succulents. Succulents are living plants and they need water. But they prefer the roots dry in between watering. So make sure to use a soil medium that does not hold much water, but instead a mixture that allows water to drain through fast. Because when the plant soil is constantly wet, it will continue to absorb water beyond what its storage can accommodate and may soon burst. Planting them in containers with drainage holes is also important because no matter how fast draining your soil mixture is, if your planter does not have holes to allow water to drain, it depletes the purpose. Water will accumulate at the planter's base and the plant's roots will have access to it. Now, many succulents do not prefer being placed indoors, and not receiving enough light can cause them to stretch out. Plus, they like a well-ventilated location. Most succulents need a full sun to keep them compact and colorful. And unless you're providing them with grow lights, outdoors is the ideal place for them. If in case you want succulents indoors, get those that prefer low light, like the sansevierias, and senecios, like the string of pearls. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to learn more, check out my book, Water Me Next Week, A Succulent Plea. It's available on Amazon. And try this tool designed for succulent gardening, the Tweezers for Succulents. It's also available on Amazon and Shoppee Philippines. The link is in the description below. Thank you very much for supporting my channel. Take care.